Hi guys, it's Beth here. I am with the final reaction. Well, not the final reaction. I will be doing more, but what I mean is we're reacting to the final chapter of Blue Ink. And it's chapter 9, and it's called Pockets. Sorry if you're hearing me clearing my throat. That's the reason why I'm coughing. I was clearing my throat because it's a little scratchy today. And I was also working out, so I'm a little sweaty today. Because honestly, where I'm living outside, it's 99 degrees outside, but it feels like 100, so that's hot out. But as always, I will put the original person who narrated this in the description below, and I got the subtitles on, and we're ready to go. Reacting to the final chapter of Blue Ink. Let's get started. Oh, I do not have the volume on. Sorry about that. That was my mistake. Didn't mean it. There we go.
Blue Ink by Elizabeth Scarhart and Snowball the Snowflake. Illustrated by Snowball the Snowflake. Narrated by Elizabeth Scarhart. Chapter 9. Pockets. Sans didn't go to work the next day. He just lay in bed, curled up under his covers, tear streaks eroding his cheekbones.
Aww.
Papyrus had been kind enough to explain what had happened to Alphys when she called. Alphys thankfully understood and even gave Sans 2 weeks off in bereavement leave. When she asked Papyrus if there was anything else she could do, Papyrus told her, just give him support when he does come back. He'll need it. Papyrus was doing everything he could to give that support in the meantime. There weren't many things that would make him get off his lazy butt and clean and cook, but whenever his brother was down for the count, he was willing to do that and more. And Sans was more than down for the count this time. He quietly knocked on Sans' door before walking in with some fresh-made tacos and a glass of milk, his brother's favorites. Sans, I brought you some lunch. Sans forced himself to sit up and take the plate. He was hungry.
Thanks.
He began eating, barely raising his head.
I just want to say one thing. I still feel bad for Underswap Sans because Ink had left because it was the only way for Underswap Sans to be more safer. Because if they didn't do the safest way, they would have probably had to fight Error again. And we all know how that's going to turn out, so. But, hey, and guess what? Papyrus is finally doing something for once and not being lazy. I mean, not that he is, he's not that lazy, but, you know, his brother always gives him a hard time. But, back to what I was saying, I really do feel bad for Underswap Sans. He lost his friend who he is already missing his friend who he loves more than a friend way. He really does care about him. And like I said yesterday, and what I said in the chapter 8 reaction video, that was true. Because if I had a loved one that I really do love and care about, that I don't want to lose them, I would cry myself to sleep, actually. Because it is hurtful losing somebody you love. But we all gotta move on somehow. You know? It's hard to move on. But you have to deal with it. It's hard, but it's true. But not enough sobbing. Let's get back to this.
Papyrus sighed and sat on the edge of the bed, patting his brother's skull, careful not to touch the still healing crack. Is there anything at all I can do? He asked.
Coming back.
Sans mumbled.
Aww.
Papyrus lowered his gaze. I would if I could. You two were so good together. I'm really sorry, bro.
I'm sorry too.
Sans was silent for a long time. Then he said,
We were stargazing, Kat. She took me to a universe where we all live on some moon. We were stargazing. It was so amazing. I told him I wanted to bring you there. She must have been hurting so bad, knowing I'd never be able to travel with him again. We had fun. I saw so many things I never thought possible. If I'd known he was trying to give me a good last day, I would have said more. I would have asked to see more.
Tears unwillingly began to spill again.
Why didn't I realize? Why didn't I realize he was treating me special for a reason?
Oh,
Papyrus handed Sans a tissue to wipe the tears with. There.
poor Sans.
I'm sure he's happy that you enjoyed what he showed you so much. He finally got a chance to share the multiverse with someone. I think really, you gave him just as good of a final day. Sans sniffled.
You think so?
I do, Papyrus nodded. You meant a lot to him, Sans. If he was going to share the multiverse with anyone, he'd want it to be you. Sans sniffled again and finished eating. He lay back down and Papyrus gathered the dishes. Rest easy, he told Sans before leaving. Papyrus didn't sleep that night. He could hear his brother crying in the other room, but when he had checked on him, he saw he was simply crying in his sleep. Pap had nearly woken him, but decided against it. Sleep would help. He'd gone back to his own room, listening to his brother's muffled sobs.
Oh,
Papyrus sighed and turned over. He was now facing his hoodie draped over the treadmill he had in his room. He didn't know why he had it since he never used it, but nonetheless, there it was holding up his hoodie. He noticed something sticking out of it and went to investigate. It was the grocery list from 2 weeks ago. How did that get into his pocket? He froze. Pocket. A crazy idea struck him. He didn't know how the universe stuff worked entirely, though Ink had been nice enough to give him a basic rundown of the science behind them. Judging from what little he knew, there may be a loophole in their plan. Papyrus wasted no time. He grabbed his cell phone and dialed Undyne's number. It took 3 tries before she finally picked up. Papyrus, it's 1 in the morning. Why are you calling me at this hour? She mumbled. I think I know how to get Ink back without risking error returning.
I know it's gonna happen and I'm gonna love this part. Yes! I know what the idea is and I'm not gonna tell you guys. I'm too excited. Oh my god! Yes! It's finally happening!
Iris told her, but I can't fix it alone. I know I've been asking you a lot from you these past few months, but I promise this will be the last thing I ask for a while. Alright. What do you need? Undyne asked. An adjustment on Sans' bike, Papyrus replied. Okay, Undyne agreed. I'll be on the first boat to Snowden in the morning. Thanks. Sorry for waking you. Papyrus hung up and went back to bed, sleeping peacefully this time. The next morning, Papyrus forced himself to get up early. He made Sans breakfast and left it by Sans' bed for him to eat once he woke up. He showered, got dressed, and made his way to the river to meet Undyne. As promised, Undyne was on the first boat to arrive. She greeted Pat, smiling. You really thought of a way to fix this? I think so. Come to Muffins. We'll just get stood over some muffins. The two headed to the cafe and ordered. Papyrus had double chocolate chip, and Undyne had lemon poppy seed. How's your brother? Undyne asked. He was a mess last time I saw him. He's not much better. I really hope this works for his sake, Papyrus told her. So, what's the plan? Undyne asked. I don't know if anyone ever told you this, but Ink doesn't actually live in the Anti-Void exactly, Papyrus said. He lives in a pocket dimension he created in the Anti-Void. We made it so we can't enter the Anti-Void itself. But does that include the pocket if it's in another dimension? Undyne was taken aback. That's a good question. I can't see a reason why it wouldn't, so long as it's disconnected enough. But how do we know this will also stop error? Because error can't enter that pocket. Ink created it as a safe zone for himself. Ink would be able to come through, but error wouldn't. But I don't think Ink has thought of this, so we need to send Sans into the pocket itself. which is why we need to recalibrate the motorbike so it enters the pocket instead of the anti-void.
Yes.
Papyrus, you're a genius. Undyne smiled. Let me sleep in the guest room Sans created. I'll stay here and work on it. A little over a week later, Papyrus entered his brother's room. He sat down on the edge of the bed and patted his brother's shoulder. Do you think you can get out of bed today? He asked.
Do I have to?
Sans murmured. No. But Undyne has something outside she wants to show you. We can't really bring it into your room easily, Papyrus said. Sans sighed and sat up.
Okay.
He mumbled.
Just give me 10 minutes to shower and put on some fresh clothes.
10 minutes later, he was making his way downstairs. Papyrus was chatting with Undyne on the couch, waiting for him.
Hello, Undyne.
Sans managed to greet her without sounding depressed. Having said that, his usual energy and cheer was also missing. What are you doing? Undyne asked gently.
I've been better.
Sans told her. Well, I think that what Papyrus and I have been working on will cheer you up, Undyne smiled. The two led the short skeleton outside where the motorbike was waiting.
The motorbike? Is this some kind of sick joke?
He asked, glaring at his brother. You're the jokester, bro, not me, said Papyrus. Hear me out. This thing's been recalibrated. I thought of something none of us considered. The devices prevent anyone from entering or leaving the anti-void, but Ink's pocket wasn't taken into account. The motorbike can now open a way to that. Since Eric can't enter the pocket, it'll still be safe from him.
Yes.
Sans stared. He could enter Ink's pocket? He could visit Ink! Sans spun around and grabbed the two in the biggest hug he could manage.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sans went on and on. He'd never been so happy. Love you, bro. Papyrus told him in return. Now go see him. Bring him back here if you can. He probably needs some TLC after his own grieving. Sans nodded and turned on the bike, opening the way. He didn't ride it in, given that Ink's pocket was essentially a house. He simply walked through the hole, with Papyrus and Undyne keeping guard. Ink was found in his bedroom, curled up in his bed. It looked like being the bigger monster about this hadn't kept him from his own crippling grief. Sans was a bit worried. He'd had Papyrus look after him while he was down. Ink didn't have a brother like that. He reached out, gently shaking Ink's shoulder.
Are you okay?
Ink turned and his eyes went wide.
Sans!
He stood up and quickly hugged him. Sans returned the embrace happily.
How did you get in here?
Ink asked once they'd broken loose from each other.
Undyne and Papyrus recalibrated the motorbike to open up to here.
Sans told him.
Yep.
Eric can't enter your pocket, but I can, and you can leave from it.
Ink stared at Sans a moment, then laughed.
I've lived here almost my entire life, and I never once considered even trying to enter another universe from it. Some embodiment of creativity I am. Hey, none of us thought to do it either, except for my brother, apparently.
Sans told him.
Enough about that, though. Ink, did you mean what you said when you left? That you left me too?
I did.
I don't know if courting's a good idea, though.
Ink said uncertainly.
Sans, I'm an interdimensional being and a protector of universes.
Who cares?
I would be around a lot if we did settle down. So, a lot of people have family members that have to go away a lot for work. They still love each other and live happy lives.
Yeah, that's true.
How would this even work? What if something happens because of all of this?
Ink asked. Sans leaned forward and kissed Ink's mouth. He looked at Ink afterwards.
Ooh.
Did anything bad happen?
Ink blushed.
No.
He smiled. The two kissed again, longer this time. When they let go, Ink chuckled.
To think, people say skeletons can't kiss because we don't have lips. They just never tried.
Yeah,
Sans
we never tried.
Both laughed until they heard a loud gurgling sound coming from Ink.
Uh-oh.
When was the last time you've eaten?
Sans asked. Ink blushed again.
My friend Dream stopped by a few times thinking I was sick, wanting to know if I felt better. He usually brought snacks with him, but other than that... Okay, let's take us to a restaurant.
Sans declared.
Yeah. Well, wow. Oh my god. And sorry if I was squealing. I was so excited to see that part again. That was like that's like the most favorite part out of all the chapters I watched. That was my most favorite part. I couldn't help but always be happy whenever I see that part. But wow, I can't believe nobody has reacted to this other than me. Well, I guess I'm the first person that did it. But this was such a good story to react to. And please go and check out the original person that narrated this. She's done a very good job. She even made other stories that are Undertale AU'd themed. But this is my most favorite story that she's made yet. But please go and check her out. She does amazing work. And she's really cool. So go and check her out and subscribe to her and see what she will think. I'm sure she also deserves a lot more subscribers too. She's worked so hard with this story, and she's working really hard with others. So I would deeply appreciate it if you go and subscribe to her and check out what she has done with her channel and what she's made on there. But this was amazing. How did you guys like it? Did you guys love it, hate it? Whichever you prefer. I don't care how you guys feel. I care about how you guys feel about it. But whatever you feel about this story, I don't mind at all. I mean, sure, the pictures are not as realistic for the story, but it still fits really well. And I still like what she's done. It doesn't matter if you have to make the pictures realistic or not. They're still the characters that are Undertale 8. They're still the characters from the Undertale alternate universes. So it doesn't matter what they look like or how you draw them. They still look perfect. That's all that matters. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And before I go, comment down below and tell me what reaction video I should do next. Like, what should I react to next? Like, want me to react to another Undertale comic? Want me to react to an Undertale comic dub? Or want me to react to a different story that has different characters? Or to watch a movie? Whichever. But I will still do the reaction of Secret of NIMH, but I don't know when. I'll have to think. But for now, tell me in the comments what I should react to next and see what pops into your head. I'm always open for the comments. I mean, the comment section is always open for you guys. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later, my wolfies. Bye-bye!